So, Cheryl, when you were growing up, did you notice or feel different to the people around you?
I don't know whether I did actually. I was aware that I wasn't making friends and that I couldn't understand why other children didn't want to know me and why I wasn't having friends, why I wasn't included, and why I was left out of everything. It but I loved my books, so I just spent a lot of time reading on my own and hoping to be inconspicuous and hoping no one would sort of notice me as they went past, sort of blending into the background, as it were. I wished I could do.
And how are you experiencing the world around you?
I knew that a lot of types of material irritated my skin,
Mm.
and but didn't realize that that could be part of anything. And I knew that I didn't like anyone being too near me, that I really hate touch.
When you were a young adult and growing up and experiencing the world of work and social life generally, how was life for you at that point?
Very, very difficult. I struggled to hold down a job, though I really wanted to work and was enthusiastic about the work. I found it really difficult to keep a job because I wasn't relating to anyone at work at all. And that was commented on. I started social work training, and because I knew I wanted to do care work and thought that would be a good way forward. But again, I wasn't interacting. When I was on placement, I was in a family centre, and they commented how good I was with the children, sort of 2, 3 year olds, but I made no attempt to interact with staff or with the parents.
Then, so how and when did you receive a diagnosis of autism, and can you tell us what difference that's made to you?
I was finally diagnosed autistic about how many years ago? I was 45 at the time, and I'm now 51. So yeah, that was quite late in life. But by that time, I already realised that I was autistic. At the assessment, I was asked different things, such as I had to imagine that there was everything on the table to make a cup of tea, and was asked to make a cup of tea, and I couldn't, because I said there's nothing there to do it. How can I get put water in a kettle when there's no kettle there? So to get that diagnosis was such a relief, and to really know what was going on, to be able to understand myself better and why I am the way I am, finally being able to understand why I never had friends as a child, why I wasn't making friends, why I was always left out, that I was different, but it's okay to be different. And especially to be able to find click, and to be able to be part of a wonderful community of people that does accept me, that does accept me the way I am. But
Yeah.
I realized from what my GP said that back in those days, in the 70s and 80s, they only recognized severe autism. They wouldn't have recognized or being able to diagnose it in me. In fact, I saw someone as a teenager because of all those issues, and a diagnosis wasn't made, but a description of the autistic spectrum was given. They just didn't realize, they just didn't put the pieces together and see that, and realize that they were describing the autistic spectrum. And that's where I belong. I do belong somewhere now, and it feels great.
Is there anything that you wish people would understand about autism that would make the world a little bit easier for people with autism?
Yeah, I wish they would stop saying that everyone is a little bit autistic, because it sort of suggests that my problems are not, my difficulties and struggles that I've always had are not really that, and I feel invalidated by it. But if they would realise that it's totally impossible for everyone to be a bit autistic, otherwise I would never have had these struggles, because everyone would have understood me and would still understand me, and they don't.
What about you now, your passions and your achievements? Tell us about Cheryl now, today.
I am actually completely different. Gerbils are my life. I'm passionate about gerbils and love everything about them. And the reason I'm mentioning them now is because they are the reason I am the way I am now. I've come out of my shell a lot, is what I'm trying to say, I think. I can manage a conversation one-to-one, not so well if there's more people around, but on a one-to-one, I can manage conversation much better. I'm not always comfortable with it, but I can. And once upon a time, that would have been impossible. When I was younger, I rarely spoke at all. And though I don't always say a lot now, I can do and will be able to if I have something to say. I'm managing to hold down a job, which I absolutely love. I'm a healthcare assistant and I'm able to interact and enjoy being with patients and staff. And yeah, everyone, the patients comment on how kind I am and how reassuring I am and calm I am. So yeah, I'm obviously doing something right. I also love writing and have written to date 11 books, which I have self-published on Amazon. Yeah, I've written historical fiction, murder mysteries, thrillers, and some Christian books. Also studying part-time with the Open University for a psychology degree, which I really enjoy.
Cheryl, thank you for sharing so much good stuff with me and our community, because we're